Hello. Okay, let's get this going. Let me change scene. Let me get my chat window up. Let me get my Streamlabs up. Where is that? That's here. Hello, and welcome back. Just gonna let this roll whilst I send out a quick stream notification, and then we can get right into it. It's been a while since I've played this. Okay, let me look and see if the levels are working right, because they weren't working right last time, so before we go. Okay, yeah they are. Seems like it might be coming through a bit loud though, so let's just see how this sounds. Yeah they are. Seems like it might be coming through a bit loud though, so let's just see how this sounds. No, that sounded fine. Okay, okay, so let's get my window back. There's my chat window, there's my Streamlabs, and last but not least the game, which sounds loud in my headset but is indeed not loud according to stream, so let's hope it stays that way. Okay. Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough of Virtue's Last Reward. Now it's been quite some time since I actually got into this, since I went away for a week for my brother's wedding, and then came back on the day where I usually stream this. So I missed a good 2 weeks. So, oh, where are we? We're just right at a choice here. Okay, before we make a choice, I'm thinking I wanted to go to the red door with Dio, which is why I named the stream that. But yeah. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this flowchart so I can both remind myself and sum up what we saw. Now, first time through the game, which was like 2 weeks ago, we did a blind run which led us all the way down to this ending here, where Clover explained everything what happened after 999 with her, then went off to find Alice after finding the second injection gun, probably trying to use that as a means to escape, when it seemed that everybody came down with Radical 6 and then was murdered, which ended in us killing ourselves. So technically one of the good endings, because apparently the bad endings are noted by skulls. So yay, it was good that we all died, I guess. Then we had a bad ending where we were selfish, and we tried to escape on our own since we got 9 points by betraying. Then after that we went back to this, and instead of betraying Tenryoji, we allied him, and then we went through the blue door, and then I can't remember what happened. We went through the blue door. Who did we go with? I can't remember. But either way. Oh wait. We can see who we went with. We went with Tenryoji. Okay. And then after that, I think we had to choose between allying and betraying. Who was it we were betraying? It might have been Quark, which of course ended badly. And then in a to be continued, where Alice was killed and we didn't know why, and Clover was flipping her shit. So, with that basic sum up done, let's come back to here and choose to go down this route with Dio in the red room. I'll take Dio. That means a red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? Feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite.
Oh. Well, thanks for the follow. It's very much appreciated. Oh god, it's you. Hello. Right, let me get my game back up. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I don't trust you at all, Dio. And you seem to be very forward with how slimy you are there too, so
Thank you.
well, at least he's being genuine. I think. I don't know, I can't tell with him. Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Wow.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Park should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, so
Okay.
Luna's with them.
I'll take good care of him, I promise.
Okay, so that sums it all up. What about Fi
No
and
problems
Kay?
here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
Yeah, I trust Fi and Kay with Quark, I think, because Quark was being good to... I mean, Kay was being good to Quark before, I think.
I also approve of option B.
This seems like a good
I
setup.
will take the green door, correct?
Plus, we can keep an eye on fucking Dio as well. Find out more about what he's all about. Yeah, good. It looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Come on, guys, hurry! The door's already closing.
Coming!
I know!
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Okay, so we got ourselves a new puzzle room. And I have no idea which one this is, so let's find out. What is this? There are 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
Does look like it. No. Hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Clover, your awful jokes. I love them. Just that awkward silence. Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Hey,
no.
Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
Oh wow, Dio. Harsh. I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I guess it can't be helped though. You boys just secrete secrets.
Well, I don't know about myself, but Dio. Dio's all about those
Oh
secrets.
man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
Wow, Dio, calm yourself. I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
All that over some basic jokes, really? I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine. I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
Huh. The center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Through the center one then. Forward!
Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, been followed. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it?
Looks like a weird ass laboratory. But I mean, there's beakers, so it must be a laboratory, right?
I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do,
Good idea. We might be able to find out about some Radical 6. We might be able to find some of that Excalibur.
if we do, we can
Excalibur.
kill
I
Quark.
don't know.
You really think it'll be that easy?
I'm not so sure. Well, somebody's a positive thinker. I mean, I'll side with Dio on this one. When is it ever easy in the Nonary
Shut
games?
it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. New puzzle room. Hype. Seek a way out. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's have a look. Oh my god, there's so much shit here to examine, isn't there? That is our safe for our passwords, so we don't need to look at that. What is this microscope? Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there are these 4 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in them? Oh yeah. That'll be whatever we're trying to look at, I guess. Let's have a look at the screen. It's black. There's nothing going on here. Oh, okay, we've got some seeds. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round. One half is coloured, and the other isn't. I guess there'll be like different things that we have to work out which to put in there in sequence. I have no idea. Let's just continue looking around. Oh, there's another one here, so I guess I'm right on the money with that then. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round and striped. Is that a mandrake? It is. It looks like the roots of it, the plant from 999 that they use to make Super Beta. What the hell is this? A dead spider? Maybe it's a fake beard. Oh my god, Clover. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. It looks like a root. It's probably some kind of preserved specimen. See, Dio's voice is laid back and it's way easier for me to do without killing my throat. These look like something you might put specimens in. Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. What's this one? This one's blue. Oh, a saline solution. Are you gonna drink a saline? Ugh. This is saline solution. What the hell, Clover? What if that had been poison or something? You worry too much. I just pretended to drink it. And how do you know it's saline solution? It says on the underside of the lid, silly. Clover, what the hell? And we have a frog, also in saline solution. So far we have 1,000,001 of these things. Look, it's Lord Hoppington. Don't give it a name. Aww, it looks like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably being preserved. I think the liquid inside is ethanol. How do you know? The smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. I'll take your word for that, because I am not an assassin. A scientist. Oh, another one of these? There's something on this tray. Oh. A Pokeball-ass looking capsule. Yeah, see? It's a Pokeball. But the button is faulty. That's cool. It looks like a ball. There isn't anything in it. Do you think we're supposed to stick this metal part into something? Oh, I got the other one as well. Oh, and the seeds. A cylinder filled with seeds. They're thin and don't have any markings. Okay, so now we got 3 of these containers. What's this? I guess I want to maybe use... Where is it? This on there? What's this thing? Who knows? A strange machine. We don't know what it does, so it's probably best to leave it alone for now. A binder. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah. Let's see here. Hydroponics research 1 and 2. Okay, so I guess we're doing some hydroponics then. Binder. Some paper inside. Let me see that. Says steps for steps for dissecting a frog. Okay, so we need to dissect that frog then. Let's have a look at these notes. That's the old memory card. Okay, hydroponics research. Preparation of hydroponic fluids and seeds. Prep 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Prep 2. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Yeah, there is 2, okay. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds failed to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B and fluid D failed to germinate. Oh, okay, so it's like process of elimination. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D and fluid E, only one of them failed to germinate. Oh my god. It's gonna be so much trial and error with this and like reading back at that. I might just write down the rules in a basic way on a bit of paper so I can just look at it as we go. Okay. Steps for dissecting a frog. Remove the specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. Okay, so we've got to find where the fume cupboard is then. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard. So we might be able to use it for something else maybe? Begin dissection using provided scalpel. The scalpel was in a different room though, was it not? Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. Okay, so we looked at this, we looked at this. Can I not see what that is? I can't, okay. Then let's look around. Maybe I could look at it from this angle. Nope. Okay, so that is our way out. So this is the lock for the door? Well, it does say lock on it. It looks like the one in the infirmary. There's a keyhole and everything. There's one in the crew quarters too. Yeah, I saw one in the lounge. So to get out of here we need to find a key that fits this lock, right? It looks that way. It sure does. Okay, so now let's continue fucking picking up loads of shit. What is this? There's our scalpel. Oh my god, how many items do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There might still be more. What's this? Pretty fancy tray. Is that a cat playing with a ball of yarn? Are you even looking at it? It's a lion. How are you not kidding that? Oh my god, these puns. What? Sorry. It's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of, well, you heard. That's pretty weird. Coming from you, Clover? Your shitty puns? Can I get down there? Oh no, I guess this is the fume cupboard then. Does it have a shutter though? Yeah, it does, okay. So we found the fume cupboard and got a scalpel, so we can do the whole frog thing now. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round and don't have any markings, so those are round seeds. This must be some kind of waste tank. It looks like a fire tank. Are you for real? She sure is. Right, there's our frog. Now I want to use it over here, don't I, so I can drain the ethanol. Huh? Why'd they put a speaker here? That's a drain. What is wrong with you? Oh, I see you've got the frog there. Planning to take it out, I assume? We should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. Yeah, let's do that. How do I... okay. I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. Okay. So we made some progress and set the frog over here. Now let's grab... Actually, before we grab the scalpel, let's examine this again. This tank collects liquid waste. The ethanol I poured down the drain should be in here. It's a little big, but I have a feeling we should take it. Okay, so good job I examined that. We got the liquid waste. Now let's get the scalpel. Use it on this. Sigma, what are you gonna do with the scalpel? You gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But poor Lord Hoppington. What are you even freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It's an ex-frog. Fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that saves me the trouble. Ah, that gross sound. Huh? Something came out of his stomach. Is it a key or something? Oh no, a blue capsule? Ah, that is gross. Let's examine it again. Lord Hoppington, why? You left us too soon. Shut up. Okay, we got another Pokeball then. I think we need one more, and then that will be like before we need to plug into that first machine, maybe? Either way, I think we're done with the fume cupboard for now, unless there's anything else we've got to do with that frog. I can't interact with this, so I guess I gotta go all the way around. Let's get to here. There's a steel plate bolted across this door. I can't open it. Okay, let's go around that. Oh, the whole thing there I just saw. That's the door we came in through. Are those huge water tanks? Nothing swimming in them. They're not fish tanks. Oh no, they're not fish tanks. Okay, what's this then? Got ourselves a lever. There's a large lever embedded in the wall. Okay, I'm not sure what that's for then. There's a rectangular hole in the wall, so I guess we got to solve this puzzle and then we can deal with that. What is this? You know that hydroponics research thing we just found? I think it said something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they each have a different colour. Do you think it was talking about these? It must be. Okay, before we get into that then, let's finish examining everything. A binder. There's some paper inside it. It says DNA extraction instructions. Have a look at that then. DNA extraction instructions. Proceed through the following steps to extract DNA from a plant's roots and seeds. Okay, we've got a plant. And we've got seeds as well. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline, which we got. The liquid will be filtered through and dripped down into a beaker. Once it is done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. Oh, we got ethanol in the liquid waste tank, so that's alright. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. What's this thing? I think on the top looks like it has some sort of industrial strength lid. If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something. I don't think you'd use it for cooking there. Maybe it's for scientific experimentation. Oh my god, scientific. We are in a lab. Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something like this. What do I want to... Okay. I don't know exactly what I want to do though. I've got all these seeds, I've got this ethanol. Obviously the ethanol is what I need to get the DNA extraction. Cylinder full of seeds. They're round. One half is coloured and the other isn't. I think we've got everything now though. Apart from whatever this is. Am I just not in the right place to interact with that big fucking cylinder thing right there? Or maybe just interacting with this changes that. Okay, so I think we've got all the pieces in place now, so I guess we'll just have a look then. What can we do? Where was that hydroponics thing with the colours? Okay, let me just... Yeah, okay, let me just work this out. Let me just write this down in a simple way real quick. Did get a pen handy yesterday, so... Okay. I just wrote that down in a slightly simplified way. But I think before we do that, let's try and do the DNA thing. So we got the plant, wasn't it? Yeah. So I guess we use that on this. Okay. Okay, trying to throw the root into the mixer. Okay, so then I guess we put the saline solution in like it said. And see what we end up with. Just whittling down our items now, getting it all done. Alright, done. Which means now we need the saline solution. There it is. And I guess we need an empty capsule as well, maybe? So we can pick up the DNA. Alright, I'll just pull the saline solution in here. There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. Eventually. Okay, looking good. So now do I just grab this? Oops. What are we supposed to do next? What does the manual say? Well, step number 3 says something like this. The liquid will filter into the beaker. Oh yeah, I've got to add that ethanol, haven't I? I guess you should pour the ethanol in then. Okay, yeah, we should. Whoops. Where is it? It's in the back there. I guess we just use the liquid waste tank. Tank that collects liquid waste. Right now it's full of the ethanol that the frog was in. Alright, next I need to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... Huh. I guess this should do it. Okay, so then I think we... Whoop. I think we just get one of the empty capsules and then use that on here, right? Alright, I'm gonna dip the protrusion of this capsule into the stuff in the beaker. Awesome! You got it all! Okay. So we got some DNA as well now. So we've got another colour to add to the mix over here, I guess. Okay. Now let's look at the other hydroponics thing with the parts, 'cause this one's simpler. 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. We need 5 types of plant seeds, 2 long, 3 round. So we need to have 2 long and 3 round. We need to fit 2 long and 3 round into this. So long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluid. So so long. Okay, so I think I can work this out, but I mean before we do that though, what is this? What's the numbers about? Man, I've got all these pipes. I think they run down to the beakers underneath. There are handles where pipes meet. If you turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. If you turn it left, the liquid goes left. So maybe if you put it in the middle, half goes to the left and half goes to the right? What is this liquid then? Probably water. Okay. What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any units, but it looks like 80 somethings of water come out of the centre pipe. And then each pipe after the split gets 40. So we're supposed to regulate the flow of water with the handle so that each beaker gets the correct amount. Yeah. How do we get the water to come out in the first place though? I think you probably just pull that lever over there on the right. Like this. After turning the correct levers, pull down on the lever on the right to pull water into the beakers. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, so we know from the thing that for each part of whatever it was, the chemical, we need 10 parts water. So we need 30, 30, 20, 50, 30. So let's see how this all goes. So if I have it this way, that means 20 and 20. If I have it this way, then that means 20 is coming down this way, 10 is coming down this way, and then 10 is coming down this way. So that one, that's this one filled, and this one has 10. Let's get the memories out. Let's get the memories out. Okay, so how do I even begin? Let's just... Oh, I don't know. Notes will probably just make it more confusing. So, okay, with this way, it's 30 here, 10 here. And with this how it is now, that's 80, 80. I'm guessing this one will definitely want to be split, right? Maybe it'll just want to go all the way to the right. No, because we need to get 2 in here somehow. Okay, so yeah, it looks like... Oh, of course. This has got 10 in, and I need 20 in both of these, so if I just siphon off 40 and get it going 2 ways here, then that is 30, 30, 20, which means we've got 40 coming down here, so we just need to split it off. And that should do it, right? No. Oh no! I think I reset it then. Okay, let's quickly get this back. So 20, 10, 10. Which means 40, 20, 20. Which leaves 40 coming down here, which means we only need 10 down here, don't we? So let's say that can't be right. Surely just splitting all of them. I don't know. So that'll be... No, that should be right, because we'll have 20 go down here, and then 10, 10. And then another 20 coming down here, which will be 30 and 50, right? Oh, okay, so it was just all of them face down. And we got our water. Now we just need to work out which seeds to put into which one. And then we're done. Just gonna plug in my mouse real quick though, because it's flashing up red. Like I say every time, I'll get about 40 minutes into stream and then my mouse is running out. Okay. So that was an easy puzzle, just everything was middle. Okay, so let me work out what we've got to do now after this. We've poured the water into the breakers and all the lights are green. You did it! Okay, now we need to work out which seeds go into which of these. So let me just have this up on screen so you know what I'm referring to. I can look at my notes and then just trial and error some of this shit and see where they fit in. So long seeds can't go in. Round can go into yellow or cyan. Can only put the normal seeds into. See? Okay, so I think that means that the long seed can't be in A or B. The round seed can't be in A or B or D. Okay, let me just draw this out. The striped round seed can't be in B, C, or D. The marked round seed also can't be in B, C, or D because they're marked. The striped long seed can't be in C. So now we... Okay, I think that's all of them. Now we know where they can't go. Now we just need to work out where they can. Okay, I've got this all drawn out now. So let me just work this out real quick. Okay, so the round seed can only go into C or E. So what can go into E, but not really into anything else? That would be the marked or the striped, because they're only A and E, so let's see. Okay, so I think the striped round seed, sorry, the striped long seed, not the round seed, the striped long seed will go into B. The long seed will go into D. And then the round seed will obviously go into C. Leaving the striped round seed to go into E. And then the marked one will just go into the last space in A. So let's try that. Okay. Took a bit of working, but I think I've got this. Pen and paper's so handy. Okay, so let's find out which fucking seed is which. So what was in A? Marked round seed. Marked round seed. Which one is marked round? Oh, that's striped, obviously. I'm confusing myself now. Okay, so we'll get the marked round seed and put that into A. Oh wait, do these line up with the colours? Let me check that. What colour was A? A is red. B is yellow. Okay, so it looks like these do correspond, so I had to reorganize them. So this should go in here. Oh. Each seed requires a particular kind of culture. Place each seed in the appropriate beaker. Well, we already worked that out, so... Use the check button after you put all the seeds in their correct places. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on, but here goes. Oh, okay. This makes it easy. We don't have to juggle our inventory. So what did I say goes into A? I think it was this one, wasn't it? The marked round seed. Oh, okay, we just trade them up here. Okay, so A. And then in B was the striped long seed, which is already there. And then C was the normal round seed. D is the long seed, which means E is the striped round seed. Let's check. Yeah! Okay. Took us a few minutes, but we got there. You did it, Sigma! You've sown your seeds. Don't say that. Huh? Why not? Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, it's a genuine Pokeball! Oh! A red capsule? We got another red capsule then. Did I get rid of all our seeds? There's a red capsule sitting in the hole. It didn't, we still got all our seeds. Okay, so I guess the gold solution probably has more to do with these seeds then. So what, we got a blue, green, red, and an empty capsule. Now what do we do? I guess we needed 4, right? For this machine? Is it this machine? Okay, well before we do anything, let's see if these work with this machine. Yeah. I mean, I assume this is what they're for, right? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay, so yeah, let's plug all of these in then. At least the ones with color. Sigma, come here. What's wrong? I see something in here. What do you mean, something? Ah, just look. It's easier than explaining. Okay, so I guess new puzzle. See something in what? Do you mean in the tank, or do you mean in the microscope? Because, I mean, I guess you probably mean in the microscope, right? Oh yeah, he does, okay. What the heck is this? Probably a simplified version of a DNA sequence. A is adenine, G is guanine, C is cytosine, T is thymine, thymine. Okay, thymine. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah. Looks like the puzzle has to do with pairing these bases. Bases? Yeah. DNA is made up of 4 bases. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. However, you can only bind A and T, or G and C. Anything else just won't work. These are called complementary base pairings. You sure know a lot about this stuff. I guess so. Anyway, you should be able to solve the puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. Press the X button to grab a row and then move it with the left stick until the letters match up. Okay, so there's only 3 rows, so this shouldn't be too bad. How did I have to match them up again? I've already forgotten. It doesn't say how I've got to pair them up. See if it comes up on stream. Oh no, I missed it. Okay. Well, basically, maybe if I retry it, it'll say it. Nope. Okay, let's back out and then see if he says it again, and I'll just quickly make a note of that. Damn, this is pretty hard. You can do it. can't spell Sigma without G and A. What on earth? Maybe, but without the T and C, all you get is crap. Oh, I get it. Okay, G, A, and T and C. Okay, okay, no. It's A and T, G and C. A, T, G, C. Let's write that down. A, T, G, C. Okay. Well, I guess we just gotta do this then, eh? A, T. ATGC, AT. No, that doesn't fit. Oh, unless I do this. Maybe. No. Okay, let's move it back. Does it matter cross rows? That's what I'm wondering. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it does look like it. I don't know actually. Maybe if I do this. Yeah, no, it does look like the row actually counts. Oh crap, how was it before? Like this, I think. Nah, okay. Shit. Oh, this is hard. This is pretty hard. I have to trial and error this a little bit just so I can see what I'm doing. So this looks so close. Yeah, okay, so we've matched up this entire bottom row now. The problem is, like, I can't move just one row at a time apart from in specific cases. So I guess we'll just have to see what we can get now. We're so close. We've got two that are fully matched, and then we just need this to be different. So close. Yeah, no, this can't work. Okay, so this definitely needs to be lined up like this. Oh, okay. Let's restart this, rejumble it. Okay, so okay, that matches up two lines, which means we just need to work out how to get these two together. So right here, here. I don't know. Oh, I think I was close and then I just moved it too far away. Fuck. Okay, let's retry this again. Okay, so we're in the same position that we were before. With the... Okay, and that just swaps the middle for this. So I guess we're in the same position? See if I can line these back up, but with that in place. So I guess this line. And I can move it to here. That still looks like it lines up. And then we just try to line up this one as well. Try switching them to this place. Yes! Oh, we did it! Oh, it took some real trial and error, but we got there. Huh. Did it. Good job, Sigma. That was awesome. You want a treat? I'm not hungry. You're turkey? What in the hell? Stop screwing up. We don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. Huh. There's something on it. And that'll be our escape the room password? Yes, it will. This is the safe password. Perfect. This is just what we need. Yeah. Now we can get in the safe. Okay, but what do we do to get the gold file then? I mean, we still have all of our seeds. Do we have... Yeah, we've got the saline solution. What do we have left? We have this empty capsule, which obviously will add some other element to the microscope puzzle once we figure out how to fill it. We've still got the ethanol, so maybe we need more DNA. And it did specify that we can do seeds and plants in the DNA machine, so I guess... What do we... Was there any seeds that we didn't use? How many seeds are there? Because we had 5, didn't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we did use all the seeds before, so it's not like there's just one I overlooked. I don't know what it could be. I guess we could just try any seed. Are you going to use those seeds in the mixer? Yeah, you think I shouldn't? No, I just mean, don't you think you should put all of them in? Oh, okay. You mean all 5 different types of seeds? Yeah. Interesting. Why not? Okay, well I guess that's the solution then. I was thinking I was going to have to critically determine which one I needed, but I guess just all of them. Alright, done. Okay, so now what did we need? The ethanol. Hey, remember this DNA? I didn't mean to examine it. Just meant to use it again. What does I need to do again? Oh, okay. So it's the saline solution first. Oh, yeah. I remember. Saline solution first, and then we use the ethanol to separate the DNA. Alright. I'll just pour the saline solution in here. There's a funnel above the beaker, filtered liquid comes out of it, eventually. Oh, it's piss colour this time. Okay, looking good. Well, I don't know about good, but it is looking... Okay, I think we got this then. So then we use the ethanol. Right, next I need to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... I guess this should do it. Yeah, so now let's grab that. Alright, I'm going to dip the perfusion of this capsule into the stuff in the beaker, And we've got our last capsule. Awesome, you got it all! Oh wow, it's an Ultra Ball this time. Just getting all the different Pokeballs. Oops. Half of it is yellow, has some sort of metal protrusion, so let's use this on the microscope and do the next puzzle then. Look! The screen changed. What's going on? Put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to that. Why? Dunno. But I was just thinking. Thinking what? Well, that thing we just put in had plant DNA in it, right? Maybe that caused this. Huh. Anyway, let's go have a look. Oh, I just straight up got the password. I was expecting to do another puzzle. Okay. Huh? It's different now. The shapes are in different places. Okay. I forgot to actually pay any attention to that, so let me just get that back again. It's a moon star. It's got a gold file. This is a safe, right? Yeah, it's just like the one in the AB room. I saw one in the infirmary too. If we punch in the right password, it'll open up. At least it should. And I've already forgotten. I have already forgotten. Moon star. Let's open this then. Oh yeah, here. So let's get a gold file. Yeah, it opened. You did it! Right, let's have a look at this real quick. Secret. Cool. How many more have we? Okay, we didn't forget to read any. That's cool. Floor A and Floor B. The facility has 2 stories. The top floor is referred to as Floor A, and the bottom floor is called Floor B. The A and B supposedly stand for above and below. There's a rumour that the floors were actually named after a particular Swedish pop rock group from the 70s. God, they named that ABBA. But everyone involved in the project has insisted that this is a vile and hurtful lie. Researcher's Journal. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this on a 1 to the root of 1 over 6, approximately 1 to 0.408. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds or the root of 6 seconds has passed outside. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Ow. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Ah, so that's what was getting Quark. I thought he was like hiding some dark secret or something, but that's just part of the illness. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of the virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but thus far we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with natural immunity to the virus. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piling up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, the swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels like as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows. Rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. This is an excerpt from the journal of a researcher. Due to space constraints, some sections have been cut out. Jumpy doll. It sounds like someone named a doll Jumpy, but why? Oh, Junpei from the first game, man. Quark's hat. Don't you think his hat looks kind of weird? There's that huge band that just wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of Ferengi ears, or maybe he's just a young Lobot? Well, this is just between you and me, but he's got missiles in there. The sides of his hat are hiding those pods, like you see on helicopters or SAM sites. Except these missiles are tiny, and when he gets in trouble, both sides of the hat just open up and they fly out all at once, like psh. Just kidding. Actually, he keeps snacks in there. Okay, well, I mean, that's responsible, I guess. An antiviral medication made to counteract Radical 6. More specifically, it's an antibody with a natural resistance to the virus. It was found and extracted from an individual in 2038, and then replicated using the IG replicator. Exalavir. I never said it in voice before, but I can't remember. I'm going to go with Exalavir. Injection is the only known way to fight off a Radical 6 infection. And that is our gold file. So now let us get the password. So that is Sun, Moon, Star. Then we can leave. Sun, Moon, Star. Ha! It opened. Awesome! The suspense was killing me. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, Exalavir! First is a map. It says Floor B. The one I found in the infirmary said Floor A. So did the one from the lounge. Then that would make Floor A the top floor, right? I mean, we rode the elevator down to get here. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's keep looking. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are the AB room cards, the key cards. Each one's got a picture of a move on it. Then these have to be the cards the announcer was talking about. Looks like they gave us two, just like with the Sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll hang on to that one. Cool? Sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Anything interesting? I can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of this. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got in here? Exalavir. Looks like two more things. Is that medicine? What's it say on the label? A-X-E-L-A-V-I-R. Exalavir? Axlever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about Exalavir? You're right. This is it. This is Exalavir. It's a cure for Radical 6. Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. Later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Quark. First, we've got to get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You got it, right? You've got it right. Jesus. so many typos in this game. I wonder why. It's like the third time it's been ported, I think, on Steam. You'd have thought they would have gotten this sorted, but okay. We found this key in the safe. It should open the exit. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go indeed. I think it's to the left, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's open up this shit. Block for the door. Right now it says lock. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we've done it! Yeah! I found it.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Huh?
There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Yeah, I
I
thought
was just
for
wondering
sure.
what it was.
Oop. Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. But yeah, like, I mean, I thought for sure that was going to be how we got the gold files, but I guess it might be linked to something else. Maybe Luna will know. She's a doctor after all. She probably deals with weird equipment like this all the time. Either way, let's see what they're saying. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Oh, we can get more Xelavir? So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
I've no idea. Ice Cold Gangsters? Must
Who
be.
knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that. And Sigma, you're one rude ass dude. In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one!
Oh, he brought it back.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Wow, Dio, like actually caring about somebody else for 1 second. I sense your ulterior motives. Oh, but now that we say that, we might be able to catch him and stop him going into the voting booth really early, the AB room. At least see what happens around that. He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah.
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it.
I don't trust him
really
with it at all
Xelavir?
there. Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Xelavir.
You really are an idiot.
I mean, it could just be bleach or something. I mean, we are just blindly trusting that it is the vaccine.
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Oh. No, I'm just idiotic for getting it out for him, so he stole it. Okay, brilliant. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
We've got a scalpel. We used it just now. Just slit his fucking throat open. Take it back.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
I mean, I was going to anyway. I'm not you. If you looked at the way I voted on all the other routes, Jesus. Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
You know, I've already got enough points, so I was just gonna ally anyway, even if you betrayed. I'll be okay, but wait, how many points does he have left actually? That's a point.
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you.
Nah, he'll just fucking throw it on the floor.
You make
won't
any
he?
sudden moves and I'll smash it.
Yeah, fucking prick. He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Oh, I'm guessing he probably pulled this same shit with the other people in the other routes then.
That's not fair!
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
How much of an asshole you can be, you mean?
So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick Ally?
Well, at this point, I'm ready to just pick Betray. After telling everyone, you know what you're doing, and then we can just kill you off and continue the game without you fucking everyone else's day up. How about that? Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny.
I mean,
Break your
realistically.
promise and, well, you know what happens.
Realistically, we can't really do much because Quark's life is on the line, so we're just gonna have to go along with this. Because, like, if we do go against him, he does smash the Excelavir. Even if we let everyone else know and shit kicked off and we beat him to death, Quark would still end up dying. Whereas if we play along, get Quark sorted out, and then reveal what he was doing, then that'll probably work out better for everyone. So let's go along with that.
See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
That'll be why he went into the booth so early as well, because he went in with the Excelavir. He didn't want, like, to risk somebody. He didn't want to risk somebody just like muscling it off of him. He wanted to be able to just get in there straight away if he had to. I guess? I don't know. I can't remember exactly how it went down. It's like over a week ago. But either way, he's a prick. We can settle on that. With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
If we choose Ally and he chooses Betray...
I know. I forgot in this reality, Temyoji betrayed us in the choice, didn't he? So with like Dan on fumes. So I guess if I ally, then it'll be a bad ending, but it might not be. I'll drop to -1. That means I'll get penalized. Like maybe Dio isn't that heartless. He's just using that as an insurance policy, like he was saying before in the other routes. Maybe he'll vote ally as well. We'll both get points and nobody will die. But I don't know. Choosing ally will be a great way to see how far he's willing to go, I guess.
But that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already, but they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Okay, now let's see how this one unfolds then. Wow, this fucking long ass walk back to the back to the warehouse on floor A. Like as far as we could possibly be away from it. And we've yet to have a route where we actually survive through to the next round on floor B, to the next doors. So I wonder how we're gonna do that. I doubt this will be the route because Dio's got us over a barrel.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Dio's?
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. Glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back, as was Fi. And, of course, Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of
They're
them?
in the infirmary.
We carried
yeah,
Quark
hang
to
on,
one of
hold
the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after it.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell
Wish
those
we
other
could tell
idiots that
them.
you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No. Nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
I think Fi can read us. I think Fi can tell we're lying. But she doesn't know that we're lying for Dio. So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Fi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice Kay and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Jesus, Dio. Ugh, what a bastard. Yeah, I agree. I agree,
Then
Sigma.
I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
I'll... Huh. Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover, and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should be going to...
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Uh,
Dio told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. He said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind
She
of
has a
research log. It's not going to be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. And suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216.
Oh,
This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
what's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute.
Quite a lot of silence there.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right, I think I got it.
What does it
It
mean?
looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
In an ancient Latin journal? What? Why are they talking about that?
I'm not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on it... Oh, we read this from the gold file already, so I'm just gonna skip through this. Yeah, this is word for word what I said in the gold file. Oh, no, some of this is new. Let's get back. Okay. Suicide, yeah. Processing speed. Yeah, okay, so this is new here then. We're good. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being played in fast forward. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we've been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibody. Yes, back to what I said in the gold file, so... Yeah. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. Oh damn, and we know that the world's gone to shit already. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive for that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads, leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day, I see more crows. And in real life, I just heard a crow passing by. I hope that picked up on my mic. Just the universe helping out with the storytelling right now. Rats are everywhere feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now I know what the virus does to you though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by a root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself. Yeah, I remember that. Happened ages ago now.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
Yeah. What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelavir that cures it. Yeah, so maybe we're like 10 or 20 years in the future, because he said it would take him a decade or two to get it sorted. And we know that at least some of us were frozen to get here, so... How far in the future are we?
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on a sec. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities?
It would make sense.
But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
Yeah. I'm trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters. Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark is infected, so... But Quark's been infected,
And
right?
maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be... bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades.
Yeah, in the ice chambers.
While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then, once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
Nah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
yeah.
How would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
I think this is happening like way after that. Maybe we've been frozen for way longer, with the world dying out. Like the people that are in charge of this facility are just people that were left over after the pandemic and the world came to a halt. Maybe? I don't know, I'm just clutching at straws here, but there's a lot of questions that beg answers right now.
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
Exactly.
I think we should see if we can find anything else.
I have a feeling that doing all these routes will find us plenty of information, so let's just carry on. Phi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
Fair enough. And with that, she was gone. Man, I let out a long, tired sigh and started off towards the infirmary. I keep calling it the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
Let's see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game is what I needed to be concentrating on. Lives were at stake. Mine. And Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The journal was telling the truth, and as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it's not to keep anaesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and it was with Excelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance that I would end up dead. The question was then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? I was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. There was enough there. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I even consider letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I gonna leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes.
Well, it's time to go vote ally then.
If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Looks like it's
Oops.
almost time.
No, resulting in penalty is what it was gonna say, wasn't it?
You two should head back.
Yeah, we should. What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
You'll die out here.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote,
You'll die.
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway.
Yeah, because he did betray us and got up to 6 points, so...
You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I picked Betray and they chose Ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
Yeah, because Temyoji seems like a decent guy. He just wants to look out for his grandson, and he's being very defensive around that.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind.
And he trusts me now at least, so...
You see?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Temyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. take care of Quadrant.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Lou and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more about Luna. We know very little of her, other than that she's a doctor and she seems nice. When we got out into the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
He's already inside. They're all closed. When we came in before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
He went in, I guess.
Exactly.
Bastard. Probably been worried I might try and take the Exelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden in the AB room. Coward. I thought he'd do that from the start, to be fair. I made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd make sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right.
Yeah, he seems like a trustworthy dude.
What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Oh, I don't know though. I don't trust K at all. He seems too... Well, he's just suspicious as fuck.
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't.
Does he know that
Shall
he'll
we go,
die
Alice?
if he's outside?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards the AB room, as if he simply hadn't heard fire. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Well, that's super suspicious. Either he knows more than he's letting on, or he's planning to fuck something up. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover. Time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room. Okay, so we're straight into it then.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna bet Ally. I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm gonna choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to?
No.
No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Yeah. Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, That's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
Yeah, I mean, Clover obviously wants to get out, but I trust Clover more than I trust Dio by a long shot. And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only choice we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realised what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard.
What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this. I don't want you to die.
This is heavy.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. Means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank
Let's
you
find out what
for
happened
your
now.
participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Ooh, now let's see how this went. Okay. So Kay forced Alice to betray. And I'm guessing that's because, well, I don't know. He just wants to leave then. We'll see what happens now, because both Dio and Kay can leave now. Quark defaulted to Ally. Tomoyoji obviously defaulted to Ally, so that's that. Luna and Phi didn't betray though. That just shows how good they are. They both would have died. They could have easily taken 3 points off of Quark and he'd have survived, but no, they went for Ally. But I am dead. So yay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Does that make me I think I'm the first one that got voted into death then. -1.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. It was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, I felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I couldn't make out a blur. But I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow, I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last, the smudge of colour faded to a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it!
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much as my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Excelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quan will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So now it's time to die. 9 minutes. Once the Soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Huh. I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring at me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Oh my god, another roadblock. So I can fix it? There's a way to sort it out? Okay, well either way, we need to go back to that choice so we can betray him and see what happens. There we go. I'm going to start saving in another slot. So we had an issue last recording, so I want to make sure that we're okay. Okay, so yeah, this continues on for a little longer then. But we don't want to be there just yet because we don't have the key to continue. Wait. Do we have the key to continue there now? It's not a... So that book's closed and that's an open book? Does that mean we can finish the Tenmyouji route now? Okay, well either way, we're going to do this first. And then I guess we can try this and see if it works now? I'm pretty sure that was a black closed book before. But anyway, let's get back to this choice so that we may betray that prick dear. Which is the skip button square. Okay. Let's get back up to that choice once again. So we have the big emotional farewell and then I just press betray anyway. Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dia glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position.
Well, at least she doesn't hate us.
We'll find another way, alright? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
I mean, we can trust Alice. Or at least Clover can trust Alice. So we're good. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this has changed anything then. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same. And that's the same. Except, you know, I'm not dead.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Okay. And I'm still alive.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
We found the Exelovir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it. Well,
What?
I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt towards him as I spoke. It was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up. And threw it to the ground.
No!
Well, you just signed your own death sentence there, mate. You bastard.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard. Ugh! I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward. Only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was fine.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time for?
Look at the number 9 door.
Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What? What is he?
No!
9. His
What?
BP is 9. Suddenly we were all running towards Kay and the number 9 door. So that's why Kay was so adamant to go in then. I don't know, I thought maybe... Well, I don't know what I thought. I have no idea what to think about Kay. What the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all
Sure.
behind.
I don't know. I don't buy whatever Kay is selling the whole time.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
I still think he murdered that old woman.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
Well, damn.
The number 9 door.
So how's this
has
gonna go down
been
then?
opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Oh, wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room.
Is she
She
dead?
has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned.
Oh, did he knock her out?
She is only sleeping.
Oh no! What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
He had charged at Kay. The large man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
Well, yet another
Thank
bad
you
ending.
for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible.
There is a zero escape, if you will.
Please enjoy your stay.
Game over. Okay, so we got a bad ending and a to be continued ending where we die. So maybe there's a way to not die then. Save over this. Okay, now let's have a look at this flow. Yeah. See, those are definitely different. So I'm gonna try and go back to this one and see if it changes anything now. Now that we've done this, and then I guess we can start the next route. We can just make another random decision at this point that isn't the Silver Hair Crew, and then see where that leads us. Where do we want to go? Oh, this end has more serious endings, so I think we'll do that one last. But we won't know which choice is which, will we? So I guess we'll just have to go with whatever we get and then explore our options. Anyway, before we think about the future though, let's stay in the present and go here. Lock number 2. Does it say? Does it say where we got the lock? It doesn't say anything about unlocking. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, let's give it a shot. Worst comes to the worst, we haven't unlocked it yet. We need to. And we still need shit to do. So let's just skip, and it'll take us to the point where she flips out and either say to be continued. Or not. Oh, or not. Okay. Let's see exactly where this came into. Okay, so it's the countdown where it... Oh, you're all going to die just like she did. So we got our proof. We got proof that proves that none of us murdered her. So let's find out. That would be the suicide. The urge to commit suicide is what Alice had then, I guess. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No.
Oh, I just got an achievement for that as well. Cool.
No, there's no way she'd do that.
It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with a scalpel.
All right. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well,
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
So she could have taken the scalpel then?
Yes, I think so.
You're lying.
No.
This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it?
Radical
Why
6.
would Alice kill herself?
She must have got infected then. She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
But you just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am.
Then prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe. Oh, we're pulling from the other timelines and realities again.
Ah,
This is cool.
well, Alice would have it then.
Bye, can you? I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully she drew something out. There it was. The journal. I turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Go to page 216 or whatever it was then. 216, wow, I remembered.
Huh?
Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Vi's frown deepened, but she did as I suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with a renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew? Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say, right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself and laughing, Vi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please. Let their future be a bright one.
Vi shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, conversation with Temyoji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs.
We've got a problem.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Oh yeah, what's the problem?
It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Oh yeah. Only 10 minutes left. Does this mean we get to go into one of them then?
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet.
Oh, Jesus.
Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pair, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As he spoke, Dia grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pair.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here.
But before we carry on, now that we've gotten into like the next part, what does the flow look like? Oh, we don't know. I guess we're still in that one scene then. I was just wondering if it like branched out a bit longer or if it was going to stay secret, but it looks like it'll stay secret then.
Please. You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Yeah, go for it, Clover. Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then, with a determined frown, she rode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, right. Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah. Can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
I am noticing that the bad endings that we're getting, like the one we just got, was like we're not checking on the people that weren't there. And so for all we know, they could just be dead. And according to what the rules were saying before, they should be dead, right? So it hasn't confirmed that to us yet.
Quark!
Oh, I guess that confirms it then.
You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Wow, it seems like such a long time since we've seen Quark awake. For like every session apart from the start of the previous one, he's just been asleep. The first one, sorry. Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke in the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyoji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Tenmyoji seemed to recover, and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
That implies that you had something to do with this there, maybe?
Sorry.
You're doing it again.
Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kind of silly.
Just awkwardly milling about in the corner. I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got the feeling Tenmyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry. Come on. How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Alright, no need to be so chill, Tenmyoji. You got 4 minutes to run all the way around and get a lift and all that shit. Just go. This whole like in-between scene just kind of diminishes the sense of urgency there. Just having to wait like a good 30 seconds for everything to happen. Just probably longer than that because we're still going. Let's get all the way down to the Floor B warehouse. And here we are. It looks like we're finally going to go through the white door and see what happens on the other side. I wonder what the puzzle's going to be then. Or if it even is a puzzle, it might just be a little
doors
thing.
have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
That's where we've
You're
been.
awake! And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked out at the others from behind Quark and held a warning finger up to my lips. There were a few momentarily raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic is flawed and more than slightly disturbing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter-argument, so center door it is.
I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded. It doesn't really make any difference, does
Well,
it?
there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? Alright, let's move.
30
Okay, so we're going for the
seconds
right-hand door.
until chromatic doors close.
So let's go for it.
Hurry it up, Phi. This thing's gonna close.
I know.
It's time we were going as well.
We get to finally see this writing on the wall now. Memento mori, if the 9th lion ate the gun. Okay.
Right.
I mean, both of those things obviously mean something, but God knows what.
Sure.
Come on, guys. There's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
So where now, then? We're further than we've ever gotten before, so let's see what happens. Oh, well. So yeah, there is a new puzzle room. What's this place? It's like a
Probably the
study or
office of
something?
whoever it is that's running this place.
Yeah.
It said director's office on the door.
Well, I guess this is the director's office then.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh wait, I just realised I didn't read that out loud. So this might be Zero's senior's office. There we go. Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
We should look around.
Yeah.
If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you've got a point. Just like every other puzzle room we've encountered so far. So let's get started then. Well, I wasn't expecting this to like lead into more puzzle rooms and stuff. I was just expecting like a more expanded ending. Let's have a look at this flow though now. Oh my god. Yeah. We've really pushed this one down quite a bit. We can get to another vote and another ending. Well, another 2 endings. So let's do that tonight. Let's finish off this route. And then next session we can try one of the other goes. 'Cause who knows, maybe in the process we'll unlock this one as well and we'll get another route. We can do it. We can have some fun, let's do it. So have a look at this shit then. What's this? I checked it out earlier, but I think it's just a business card holder. A business card holder? Yeah. It's a file where you put business cards. They've all got weird shapes in the back. I think maybe if you line them up in a particular way, then you'll get some sort of hint. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess we can give it a shot. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I have no idea the context of any of this, so let's look around till we find some clues. I don't get it. Maybe you don't have enough information. Yeah, maybe I don't. Let's look at the PC then. Well, well, what do we have here? Haven't seen a computer this old in a while. There's something on the screen. Is that a lion eating a hamburger? I really don't think so. I think the lion's got two heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. It looks like it's asking for an ID and a password underneath the line. Huh. Keyboard doesn't seem to be working though. I guess we can't enter anything then. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess whenever we solve this, it'll figure that out. Can we do anything with that? It's locked. Yeah, it's not opening. Is it locked? Yeah, looks like it. I don't see anything that looks like a keyhole though. There's this diamond-shaped hole in the middle there. Do you think we're supposed to stick something in there? Okay, I'm guessing what will happen is we'll do this shit, it'll open up and then it'll give us a key to put in there then. Okay, well either way we haven't got enough information to deal with that just yet, so let's carry on looking around. What is this? What is this? One of the training machines you see on late night infomercials? I think that's a facial recognition device. What? You put your hands on either side and hold your face in front of that lens. Then it checks your face against whatever it's got in its database. Oh. Huh. How did you know that? I'm in the salvage business. Every so often one of these babies shows up. It doesn't look like it's turned on. Yeah, nothing happens when I put my face in front of it. There's something to the right of the lens over there that looks an awful lot like a keyhole. If we had a key for it, you think maybe we could turn it on? I assume so. Okay, so we need another key for that hole then. Can I look down there? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, of course we got this balloon. A balloon. You want it, Paul? I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. Really? How old are you? I'm 20. What? No way. Gotcha. Well, can I take it? There's a balloon in the middle of the room. No, I can't. Okay, I must do something with it then. Okay, we got all sorts of shit. Let's just carry on looking then. What's over here? Oh, split into different things. Let's look at the globe first then. Oh, we can just pick it up. Hey, a globe. Doesn't it look kind of weird? I think somebody glued a piece of paper to it. Let's see if we can get it off then. You found a world map. To view it, visit the file tab in the archive. Okay. So we got a map then. Ooh. Different connections. Oh, but poor Alaska, it's not connected to anything. That'll be some sort of puzzle solution then. Let's look at the rest of this shit. There's a screen built into the credenza. There's something on it. Starting up. Please wait. Was it starting? Beats me. Well, my money says that just means it won't do squat if you mess with it right now. How about you go have a look at something else? Cool. There's a bottle of Ho here. Haha, now this is brandy. Pierre Perrin's 200-year-old reserve. You can tell that just by looking at it. I can smell it. There's some nose you've got there. Here, just let me have a taste. I don't think so. How can you be so cruel? Expensive brandy. To be fair, I mean, I'd be okay if we all had a little bit of a sip from that. It's expensive. An expensive brandy is expensive as hell. Ah, this is the good stuff right here. From the parents 200-year reserve. You already told me that. Oh, did I? Yeah, 200 years is pretty impressive there. Yes, yes it is. Then again, it's even older than that by now. Maybe it's gone bad. It's probably just like water now. I should drink. No! Oh. Well, Quark told him. Okay, so we've got some brandy. Is that a laser? Oh, I didn't even realise I had the brandy out. Well, I guess it goes there then. Huh. Well, putting the expensive brandy on the coaster didn't seem to do anything. The laser beam just went right through it. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you keep frying it with that laser, you're gonna ruin the brandy. Pull it out of there right now. No. I want to examine it. Looks like a green coaster. The stain on there makes it look like something was sitting here earlier. Okay, let's try examining without. The left section is a laser shining across it. Okay, so I guess either we need to put something else on here, or we need to do something either to the laser or the brandy before we can do that. So let's carry on looking at this armor. A suit of armor. Well, it's not really a full suit, is it? I mean, it's missing the helmet. So, what will we call it? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a suit of armor. Okay, suit yourself. Anyway, it's got some red paint on the neck and shoulder area. Are you sure it's paint? Could be blood. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Being in a room with a headless suit of armor is creepy enough. Yeah, the Dullahans are after us. Okay, so we've got a slingshot. A slingshot. Not the most impressive weapon, but it's simple as hell and it won't jam like a gun. And a thing. Oh, can I not take the... Oh, I can, okay, the short spear. So he's got a spear instead of a sword? This is a really short spear there. If you look at the tip head on, it looks kind of like a diamond. Okay, that's the key then. A diamond, huh? Okay, so we got our key. What is that? What's this? Is it one of those vacuuming robots you see on TV? It's a Roomba, yeah. You got me. Looks like a machine of some sort. Well, is it turned on? Don't think so. Let's see. Nope. No luck. Huh. Nothing. Might as well give up. Yeah. Let's go look at something else. We can always come back to it later. Right. Oh, there's a different brandy over here. Do we have to switch pallets or something? I don't know.